Well, hello and welcome to the lucky group that got to do the product rule for logarithms. So this is a nice rule because what happens is you have a plus sign that's on the outside of two logarithms, and that becomes a multiplication on the inside of of a single logarithm. That can go either way, so I'll put arrowheads on both sides here. Okay. Also important to note that this base and this base and this base all have to be the same in order to use this rule. Okay, so what I'd like you to do right now is try each one of these questions. And so the first one, say, write these expressions as a single log. So try to do that. Take about 10 minutes or so on that. And once you've tried them all, then you're going to resume the video and I'm going to go through the answers with you. So please pause the video now and try these questions. Okay, welcome back. So now you've tried each question, so I'm going to just basically go through the answers with you. So this first one, we have that plus sign on the outside of two logarithms, so it's going to become a multiplication on the inside of the two logarithms. So 9 times 8, there's that plus sign becoming a multiplication, and so that equals log base 6 of, 72. Okay, next. Same idea on this one. Again, we have the plus sign on the outside, so that's going to become log base 5. Notice that it's 5 here, and 5 here. And so log base 5 of 2 times 3, which is log base 5 of 6. Answer, done. Okay, keep in mind, you can always rewind this and go slower if you want to re-listen to this idea. But they're kind of all the same questions here. Again, another plus sign here on the outside. So we've got log base 2 of 4/3 multiplied by 768. And that's kind of a big multiplication, but it takes some time to work it out. I've already worked it out, so I know the answer is going to be log base 2 of 1024. Now, okay, let's just keep going here. So again, here look, we've got a plus sign, another plus sign, another plus sign, and they're all on the outside of logarithms. So that means they all become multiplications. So it should be log base. Now when there's no base written there, so that means it's log base 10, which is common logarithm. And so we're going to go 3 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 1/2 multiplied by 1/6. Okay, so that's basically it. And let's see if we can simplify this one. I would cross the 4 and the 1/2. That's going to leave us with a 2. The 3 and the 1/6. That's going to leave us with a 1/2. Okay, so that actually, if we multiply all that together, we actually get common logarithm, which is log base 10 of 1. Okay, now you should remember from last lesson, log of anything, log of any base which has a 1 in its argument, that's going to be equal to 0, because it's like saying 10, there's a little 10 here, 10 to what exponent equals 1? The answer is 10 to the 0. So this one actually becomes 0. Okay, let's keep on moving here. Look at this one, interesting. Here we've got, again, plus sign, plus sign. So for this one, I'm just going to move it down here where you can see a bit better. A few different ways. We could do the multiplication again. Look at this, log base A, and it's going to be 1 times 1 times 1. Okay, which is log base A of 1. Isn't that interesting? Because let's think about why that is. I just finished saying that if we look over at this one over here, log base of anything of 1 is equal to 0. So that means this is actually equal to 0, that's actually equal to 0, that's actually equal to 0. And when we work it all out, this is also equal to 0. So we've just added a bunch of zeros together and the answer is 0. So this one, the answer is 0. Okay. One more here, and that's this one. This is a different question. It says rewrite the expression as the sum, that means plus, of 2 logs. Okay, so this one has lots of different options for us. So basically what we want to write this as is log base 2 of something plus, that's where the sum part comes in, log base 2 of something else. Here, let me just separate this so it's not confusing which question is which. Okay. Sorry for the mess down here. Anyways, so now what we have to do is think about it. This number in here is essentially the multiplication of 2 numbers. So we can rewrite that as something times something. So let's try that. 768 equals, and actually in this case, it doesn't even matter. You can choose any two numbers you want. Yeah, my favorite number is probably 2. It's going to be an easy one. So how about we just use that? Let's go 768 divided by 2 is 384. So what we're going to have then is 768 is 384 multiplied by 2. So if we write that, this multiplication becomes the plus sign, and what we're going to have is 384 plus log base 2. So there is the answer. I'll box it in blue so we can see. Now that's just one of an infinite number of answers. You could write a bunch of different things in there. Okay, so next task, once you turn this video off, look around your group, make sure each person in your group understands what we just did. They understand this product rule, because your next task is now going to be to explain this rule to the other members of your individual group. Okay, one last thing before I let you go. If you are finished before the other groups are done right now, here's the task. See if you can further simplify this one right here. It can be further simplified without a calculator actually, and this guy as well. Both of these ones can be simplified even more. Let's see if you can figure that out. Okay, best of luck.